One of the problems is when you have a schedule, it extends the agony. How does it extend the agony, Mr. Raymer, if you have a schedule when writing, instead of just doing it the night before?
I guess because then you have something, you know that it's coming up, and then you're getting mentally prepared to do it, and then there's a time to do it rather than just trying to get through it all at one time and then be done with it.
Yeah, and a lot of people, if you have real hang-ups about writing, you might just say, I'd just rather have 3 hours and that be over. But one of the real takeaways from this is, yes, it extends the agony, but it also improves the product. It also may improve the experience if you know you don't have to produce something amazing right when you start and that you get a bunch of shots at it. So, Mr. Raymer, the last thing was with the writing schedule, why do you think I called a revised draft to the students instead of a final draft?
I think to show that it's a process that you're going through and that you're taking what you've done before and like making it final is kind of a misnomer because nothing's ever really finished, so you're just revising as much as you can until it's due.
Yeah, definitely. It's the sense of, again, we're trying to take some of the pressure off of each production and that each step is just going to be a little bit better and better and before. And it's never going to be perfect. There's a neat observation by a poet named Paul Valeray. He says, look, a poem is never finished, it's only abandoned. And it's the same sort of thing with your briefs. Now, you don't have the benefit of always revising something for the court, but if you embrace this idea of each one is just incrementally better, you might be a little bit more productive and each draft can be a little bit better.